Is this thing on?
I think it might be.
Anywho, hello. This is episode episode 6
Yeah.
of the Soft R show with Jim. That's me. And
And
as
Shane.
always,
That's
who's
me.
on Skype. Shane's on the
Hello.
Skypes. And we're gonna do it.
Hey guys, sorry about there was no episode last time. Life got in the way.
Yeah. You're only gonna know that because it's gonna be dated strange.
Buy my merch.
Yeah, buy my fucking t-shirt, you bitch. You know, wait 6 months for me to design a piece of shit t-shirt and then buy it for $35.
I'm gonna make an MS Paint my medium of choice.
Oh, and it's gonna be distributed by Coffee Press.
Redbubble.com.
Yeah. I think I bought a shirt one time off of that just because they had something like it was really funny to me and my friends. It just said Chester right across the front. Yeah. I can't remember why. But I had it.
Good old Chester. You a big fan of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
No.
He had a crow named Chester.
Oh, dude, you know what else is me and this group of friends I was hanging out with had like hoodies that were like, I don't know. They looked like a nerd street gang. It just said Brethren across the back. Yeah.
They're like leather jackets, like embroidered leather jackets.
No, it was a shitty hoodie that was like, had the yellow on it.
Oh yeah, but I wanted it to be embroidered leather jackets.
It would have been cooler if it was, or gayer.
Hell's Brethren.
Death before dishonor. Anywho, content. Wanted to talk about a new Paradox game. New-ish. What are we, like a month in?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's about a month.
This is a Jim episode.
Yeah, this is Jim Games, the episode. There ain't no Jap shit. Ain't no fucking weeaboos allowed.
I'm playing Persona 5 lately.
Get out of here.
Oh god. Sorry.
Yeah, so I buy this, I'm a big Paradox fan, as you know.
Yes.
And I'm also a Roman history fucking autiste.
I am a small Paradox fan.
Yeah. Just a 4'2" Paradox fan.
I'm a fanlet.
But I played Europa Universalis Rome way back when. That was actually my first Paradox game.
Oh my.
I bought it when I was working at Walmart, and I was like, this thing's $15. Here we go. And it was not great. It definitely didn't have all the cool stuff. And it did this weird thing where, like, any pop-up that came up, they would all just show up at once as soon as you, like, started time ticking. So you just be berated with pop-ups, just all at once. It was madness to get through them all, because, like, it seemed like a lot of people would die kind of like all at once. Yeah. Like everybody's birthday was on the same day, so they all died at once.
You know, I actually had something similar lately. Let me just, tangent off of this real quick.
All right.
For a little anecdote. I've been playing Prison Architect.
I've seen that.
You just like it's like a tycoon game, but with like a prison. You build a prison and stuff, take care of prisoners. Yeah. I built my first prison and I was playing it, and then all of a sudden, like 64 prisoners just died. And the reason they died is because I forgot to build a kitchen.
Oh.
And they all got really mad, rioted, and killed each other because they didn't.
Oh, I thought they got hungry.
No, I don't think they can starve to death anymore in Prison Architect.
No.
They could in the alpha, but not anymore. But anyway, that's it. It was just, yeah.
That's pretty funny. Where's the food? I can't find the kitchen. I didn't think we put one in.
I just didn't build it.
Yeah.
It's a big empty spot next to the cafeteria.
I have all these frozen hot dogs and nothing to do with them. I can't cook them. You can't eat uncooked food. Anywho, this game, I don't want to like Paradox flex. I have like thousands of hours in their stupid fucking games.
Damn, boy.
My CK2 hours as of now is 1,166.
What's the matter? Couldn't be 3 more?
No. No, I didn't want to do 3 more.
That's unfortunate. You should
So,
do 3 more and then never play it again.
well, it's probably gonna, stay this. I've done like everything I can possibly do, and it's just like, once you got it down to a science, you don't really want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I played a bit of CK2.
But Imperator releases, and it's like not perfect.
Like every Paradox release.
Right. It's got a lot of stuff in there that's good.
Well, I mean, like we said before when it first came out, and I was talking to you.
Yeah.
It's bare bones, but it's got some strong bones.
Right. And it was, I played it for like 10 hours or something like that, and I was just like, okay, I've done the game. I'm gonna put it down for a while and see what they do with it.
Right.
And then meanwhile, in the Steam reviews, it's just getting worse and worse. I think right now, instead of mostly negative, it's mixed. That changed.
Good sign.
Yesterday it was mostly negative.
Oh.
But it was like 23% of people thought the game was good out of all the reviews. And I was just like, oh god.
Well, that's what happens when you have a niche audience that knows exactly what they're looking for.
Right. And that one guy who was like, I cannot believe you go from the founding of the Republic to the beginning of the Empire. I am so maddened. How are you going to do this? Carthaginians paradox? Why would you allow this?
Jesus Christ, get it together, Paradox.
Literally, in someone's review, they said I had to give Roman citizenship to Carthaginians. Ugh!
That guy sounds like a really well-balanced individual.
Yeah. That's oh, man, I wish I could find that review. It was so funny. You're messing with my Roman game. Oh, here it is. I found it. Yay.
Better take a fucking screenshot of that.
I am going to take a screenshot. Beep. So he's going on. I was prepared to ignore the idiotic mechanism of mana, the limited choice for building and construction, the fact that the Marian reforms were portrayed simply as an average buff to my armies, or the fact that by 100 BC most of the Roman patrician families go extinct because they get one birth in 5 days. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
I have a dog.
His name's Ramsey.
He's barking. I'm sorry. I'm
So,
very professional.
His capitalized parts go, your game is named Imperator Rome, and you forced me to stop playing at the moment Augustus assumes his position as Augustus. You restrict the game exclusively to the last 300 years of the Republic, and ignore the 300 years of pagan imperial rule that followed. I knew I would spend so much time if I knew I would spend so much of my... Wait a minute. Investing myself into Roman gameplay only to see it terminated at its most crucial and interesting moment, I would have never bought your broken game.
Broken.
Yeah, broken. He says it's broken.
I don't think that constitutes as broken.
No, it was like, it's fine. I left a good review on it.
Flawed, perhaps?
That's exactly what I wrote. It was like, it's like
broken?
The first season of a TV show, where it's just like, I like this show, but there's something wrong with it. It hasn't found its feet yet. Yeah.
Though I think there is something to be said for Paradox being around so long and releasing so many of exactly this type of game. Maybe they should have gotten it together by now at launch.
You would think.
But, whatever.
It's not like the development cycle for this game was short. It was actually really long. It was like a year and a half.
That's pretty short.
Is it though?
It's really short.
Is it though? For a
map game? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of mechanics went into it.
That's fair. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm just a old fuddy-duddy, and a year seems like a long time.
Maybe in the 80s.
Huh. Oh, there's a movie I think with Dan Aykroyd way back when, where he's like a film producer or something, in the early days of motion pictures, and he's like, "We don't take any shortcuts around here. Only one film per week."
Oh, Hollywood.
Oh, hilarious! But the point of all this is,
Yes.
they released an update, a big ass patch.
Big old patch.
That was on beta for a hot minute, so I was really excited about it like a week ago. But they came out in the last week, where it fixes like really broad strokes of what people had problems with. There's a lot more like stuff. I spent.
Well, I mean, what were your basic problems with it? Your basic problems, like the big broad stroke problems. You don't need to like get in the minutia of it.
It didn't. It had a really hard like identity problem where it's like if you were to play as Rome, it didn't feel any different if you were to play as like somebody in Gaul.
Okay, so it's like pretty like homogenous.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really kind of like
really
illusion
mattered.
of choice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I could play as Rome, or I could just play as anybody else.
And there weren't any like meaningful mechanical differences or anything.
Not really.
Like that.
It was just like, are you a republic or a monarchy, or are you a tribal thing? Which I mean, that's still in there, of course.
Right.
But they've tweaked things in a really fancy, kind of small way, but it makes a huge difference. Where like some people get some buffs, some people get some different kind of shit. If you like between Greece and Rome, they're both Hellenic religion, but it's totally different. Everything's named different. All the bonuses are different. Shit like that.
Yeah.
And they added like different ship types, which I was really happy about because before it was just like you build up like 35 triremes and that's all anybody has.
Do the ship types like matter or is it just cosmetic?
They do matter. Because like you can get some big honking ships that can like, if say like a city on the water has a fort, this big ass ship can go up to it and just like destroy the fort.
As you do.
Yeah, with like a sacrifice of like ship health,
well,
something like that. Yeah. But it's just like good little stuff, just like little nooks and crannies and nuggets of fun. I was playing this morning. I spent 45 minutes this morning optimizing my government when I was, getting everybody in the correct positions and who can do what where. And then I realized I had the time paused for 45 minutes and nothing had changed. Just good. It's a good ass game. It's hitting all the gym boxes.
Get you right in your gym box.
Mm-hmm. Tongue punching me in my gym box. And I played it as Carthage for like an hour and it made me sick. Fucking Carthaginians.
Fuck you, Carthage.
And they've already
this podcast is decidedly anti-Carthage.
Yeah. You eat babies. They already got dev diaries for the next like big update. I think one was released. There's a thingy somewhere that says we're I can't remember when it is. They have like a big like development map thing somewhere. I think it's on their Twitter.
Okay.
And if you feel the need to go look at that, you can just do it. Oh, here we go. September.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too far away. It's only a month and a half.
All right.
Like 2 months.
So, June 26th, this update was released. September is the next one. The one after that is Q4 of this year. So, I don't know. Whatever.
Jesus Christ, it's like fucking light speed for Paradox.
It's pretty quick. I think they realized they had to light a fire under this one. And then Q2 of 2020, there's what says first expansion. So who knows what's going to come with that. So it's good.
Oh, dope. I'm glad everything has seemingly worked out.
Me too, because I was getting nervous. I put a lot of if I buy like a $40 game or $60 game, I expect to get 60 hours out of it. And this is a $40 game, and I've got about 30 something hours in it, so getting there.
I used to feel that way. I don't really feel that way anymore. I don't think that's a great way of measuring value.
I'd have to. I don't know. I'm weird.
No, I get the attitude. I just like, I don't know. I done played a lot of indie games in my life.
I've only played Inside and
Fucking sucks.
I don't know. It was alright. And
Really
Limbo.
pretentious.
Inside and Limbo, only indie games I've ever played.
Limbo's
Apparently.
good though.
Yeah.
Inside just felt like they were like, people like Limbo. Let's just do that again, but like stupider.
I really liked it.
Fuck you.
All right.
Not allowed.
I'm gonna go play Riven, the sequel to Myst.
Sounds riveting. I tried.
That's it. Show's over.
I tried my hardest.
I'm done. Oh, I have something for the end of the show recommendation. It's good. It's a good one. Yeah.
I don't think you can beat mine last time, but
Oof.
it's quite a doozy.
Oof. That was pretty good. Anyway, that's pretty much what. Actually, no. There was one more thing I wanted to hit on.
Okay.
I was kind of getting at it with that Steam reviewer, but like, it seemed like everybody who had a fucking mouth that had 1 hour into the game was just like, game sucks. I heard game sucks, so game sucks.
People are real knee-jerky with stuff like
Oh,
that.
so dumb.
And they kind of don't. I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like people don't have their own opinions.
They don't.
Because that's douchey.
Well, they really don't.
Well, I've been on the other side of that, and it makes me feel bad when people do that to me. So I don't like to do that to other people.
That's fair.
But it really seems like it sometimes. Like people are just kind of like going with what other people say. They're kind of trying to be contrarian. It seems like sometimes. Not always, but with certain cases, like this maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm not huge into Imperator, but it kind of seems like it with this, and you say it is.
That's what it felt like to me.
And like when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, people were kind of doing that.
What were they like saying it was bad?
Yeah, like they play for like 15 minutes and they'd be like, too slow, it's shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it's like, man, you kind of gotta give it some time. I feel like there's too much of an attitude. It's not even the contrarianism. There's too much of an attitude of like something has to be good immediately.
Right.
And I don't disagree that something should be good like as soon as possible, but it doesn't have to be mind blowing right out of the gate. Some things have like a slow build, and people just don't let that happen. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is the perfect example of that.
That's like slow build the game.
Well, yeah, it's like an old western.
Yeah.
Like you don't start watching The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and it's immediately great.
Right. 2 dudes get shot in a barbershop, and then everybody talks for 45 minutes.
It takes like an hour before that movie's good.
Yeah. Even though there's some good acting in the beginning.
Well, yeah.
That kind of goes without saying, and there's some really good scenes, but you're right, it doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't really pop off until an hour.
Right. Till that scene on that fucking bridge. I hate that. Oh, it's so terrible. If I can get past that sequence, I know I'll finish the movie.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh my god, when does this end?
I don't care about this bridge.
It's taking too long. Fuck the Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah.
People just are kind of too impatient. But it makes sense that people are kind of too impatient because there's so much media now that I get not wanting to waste your time. But I don't know. People just gotta calm the fuck down, basically.
It seems like they've forgotten how Stellaris launched.
How is Stellaris now, by the way?
It's pretty fucking sweet.
Because when it came out, it was like nothing but disappointment.
Yeah, Me, Nick, and Tim played it as soon as it came out, like day 0. And I was just like, yeah, I'm bored.
I hate it.
I don't like this, but no, it's really good now.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good old Paradox.
They got a ton of expansions. I would have all of them, but they're too expensive, and I don't like 4X.
Also good old Paradox.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Do you have $1,100 for DLC? Here you go.
Yeah. I looked at like the total cost of all the CK2 DLC is, it's how fucking outrageous. If you're to just buy it, it's $154.
Jesus Christ. It's like fucking train simulator.
And actually, you know what? It's more than that because they're all 50% off right now. It's
So
probably
like
a lot more than that.
Yep. Well, if they're all 50% off and it's $150, it's like $300.
Right.
That's crazy.
And I've bought every single one except for the music they just released because it was terrible.
That's unfortunate that you've done that to yourself.
Yeah, well, I got my hours out of it. The only Paradox games I didn't really like, Hearts of Iron 3, kind of just old and shitty. March of the Eagles is bad. Everybody kind of knows that. Victoria 2. I don't know why people like that so much. That game blows. It's so boring.
It's really complicated.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want to fucking manage my cotton factories.
You don't want that authentic Southern experience?
No. I let the South keep their slaves when I played that game. It's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And Mexico took over Texas. I have all the DLC for that.
Remember
it's not that
Alamo.
much.
You don't like it? You have all the DLC for it?
Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. When I bought the game, I bought all of it.
You shouldn't have done that.
No, I shouldn't have, because I hate it. I only have... Oh, no. Oh, no.
I only have 450 hours in it.
No, I only have 4.
Oh.
Yeah. Luckily,
wow, what a fucking waste.
There's not that much DLC in it. It's only like $20 in total. And the game right now is only $5. So go out and get it, kids.
Don't do that.
No, don't subject yourself to that.
Don't let him fucking pressure you.
It's not a good thing. And that's Paradox.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you had another topic you wanted to talk about, Jim. You want to give us a little rundown of that?
I feel dumb.
Why?
I can't remember what I was going on about.
Just now? It was Paradox. We're done.
No. When I was thinking of that idea, second idea, I can't remember why I thought that.
Well, because we were playing Dark Souls, and you wanted to talk about the difference between like world building and story, and how you thought that world building was more important in an RPG than story.
There you go. You can pick up half of that, because I'm not good at word talk.
Jim wanted to talk about the relationship between world building and story in good RPGs, and how one was more important than the other. He thinks that world building is more important.
I do think it is more important. It's like this show don't tell kind of situation.
Well, give me a little rundown of your opinion there.
Well, I was also playing The Legend of Dragoon on my phone.
Yes, you have been playing that. You're like 3 discs in.
Right. And that has a similar kind of thing where, yeah, there's, of course, there's a story. It'd be stupid if there weren't. There has to be a story.
Well, right.
But it also, the game, like, tosses you in and kind of just, like, expects you to know everything about the world. It's like, yeah, this is how it is, stupid. I just like that.
Yeah.
It's good. Dark Souls kind of does the same thing, where it's I'm not going to hold your fucking hand and tell you all this shit because I don't want to. So, do it. And to an extent, honestly, early Bethesda games did the same thing.
Well, I mean, is that really world building, though, or just the setup for world building?
The world was built.
I feel like you just like that premise and not necessarily the world building.
Maybe.
Because like, just throwing you into a world is not really it's not really world building. It just sets you up for world building.
I don't know. I can't remember what headspace I was in when I thought of all this.
But some games throw you into a world and they don't really explain it that much.
Yeah.
Like, they'll explain parts of it, but not really the inner workings of it. The way that, like, you know, something like Dark Souls would. They don't really give you history behind it. They just kind of like, oh yeah, here's a world, go find crystals, like Final Fantasy 3. Go
find crystals?
Yeah.
Never played it.
Well, you're just like a kid in a world, and then like shit starts going bad, and you fall into a cave as a crystal, and it's like, ah, you're the chosen one, and then you got to go find more crystals.
Oh.
And you got to fight the big bad. Which,
All right.
that's throwing you into a world, but there's not really a lot of world building. So I feel like you more like the premise than the actual world building.
That's fair.
Or you like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. You like that premise and then how it's built upon. It doesn't seem like you necessarily like the world building itself, like by itself. You like that premise combined with it is kind of what it seems like to me.
Maybe.
I don't really know much about Legend of Dragoon though, so.
I can't. Man, I wish I should take notes on show prep when I'm thinking of something, so later in the fucking week I can like remember all the things I was going to say because I don't remember.
Hey, you should do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I appreciate a well-built world.
Oh,
I like to be really fucking immersed to where I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody would disagree with you. I just like, I don't necessarily think the world building isn't more important than the story.
What's the story without the world?
Well, I mean, without the story, you don't really have a purpose.
Mm.
And I'm very much about purpose, which is why I don't like things like Breath of the Wild very much.
Mm.
There's not much purpose. I need a driving force. Like Dragon Age Origins has a lot of world building. Like they tell you, like they give you like the history of some of these factions, like the elves and stuff, and the names of their gods and like how the Templars work and how the mages work and all that nonsense. But also there's the driving force of like go kill the archdemon. You gotta save the world and all that nonsense. Which that's not really that complex. But you need it in order to learn more about the world. You need.
That's how narrative works.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it's not necessarily more. Neither one is necessarily more important. They need each other to work well.
And that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. To do, well, I guess especially like an RPG because you don't have anything without what's going on.
Right.
Mountain Blade is a example.
Tell me more.
Well, there's no story.
Oh.
Like at all. Did you ever play that?
No, not really. You told me about it a little bit, like a long time ago.
Yeah, you just kind of you make your dude, it plops you off on the map, and it's like, all right, go.
Well, you know what? Maybe you do like the world building because you like map games a lot, and there's no story to that.
Well, yeah.
It's all world building because it's just history.
What's all the story that? Well, as soon as you unpause, history is moot.
Well, yeah, but it still has that background of it.
Yeah.
And you kind of play off of those concepts, those historical concepts.
True.
So yeah, I feel like people who like history a lot are like super duper into world building, and I like world building too. But I'm not as much of a history buff as you are, obviously.
Well.
So I guess
I'm a history buff against my own interests.
What does that mean?
Because for a long time I was just like, I'm gonna tell everybody these cool facts about the Peloponnesian War, and every time I'd like go off on something, I could watch everybody just like exit their own brain at fucking Mach 10.
Bro, you just cringe. You're going to lose subscriber.
Water. But yeah, that's my life. As I was at a reserve thing when I was still doing all that shit, and when I was sitting by the door, and this dude came up to me and was like, "Hey, you like history stuff, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, oh yeah, I love it." And he worked at GameStop, and he was like, "Well, I got a game for you. It's called For Honor," and I was like, oh really? What's this? And he's like, oh, it's a multiplayer game. You get to fight each other, and there's ninjas and Vikings and knights fighting each other. And I was like, ah, well, you've lost me there, sir.
Why don't you get the fuck out of my face, idiot?
I don't want to play your fucking game. And the only reason I played it because it was free a couple months ago.
Man, just as a side note, I've never played like a more fucking game that is more toxic to my brain than For Honor.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That game like spiraled me into a mild depression for a few weeks.
I can't believe how long we stuck with it.
I stuck with it even longer than you. It was awful.
Dude. Oh,
I shouldn't have done that.
No. No, he shouldn't have.
And apparently, from what I read on Twitter, because I follow like a couple people who are into For Honor on Twitter, apparently it's like even less balanced now, if you can fucking believe it.
I can't believe it.
Like shit is just fucked.
How is that possible?
Shinobi. Apparently, Shinobi is just like OP in anything that's not a duel.
That's so dumb. That game's dumb.
It could be so much better.
God.
Hopefully, if they make a sequel, they like make it not trash.
Terrible, yeah. Oh, it's just so fucking. I don't know. I got a big problem with it. But like all the controls are jank.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't want you to be successful like at all ever.
No, not unless you like devote untold amount of hours into it.
Right. No, learn these fucking combos that are so anti-intuitive. It's just gonna make your fingers snap in half. Like, do this, press circle, jump around, press X.
Also, the thing with it is, like, the way the controls work out, it's hard to do on a controller, but then at the same time, it's so brainless on a mouse.
Right.
That it just becomes, there's no point to it.
Right.
It's way too hard on a controller, way too easy on a mouse. The controls just don't work, in my opinion.
No. Game is bad, and you should feel bad.
Well, maybe don't feel bad.
No, feel bad.
This man told you to play Victoria 2, don't.
No, I didn't. I said go kill yourself. I mean, play Victoria 2.
Join the Navy.
Eat your parents.
Eat a family.
You know what game was cool? That was kind of in the same thingy that we're going on about is an early access game called Kenshi.
Kenshi. Oh, you know what? I've seen a couple videos of that.
It's not on early access anymore. I didn't know that. It's been released, but it's fucking really cool. Or when I played it way back when, it was literally just like, here you go. Go do it. Go be successful now. And it's pretty hard. But now it's got all this like extra shit on it. And it looks really good. And one of these days I'm gonna get back into it. Yeah. Oh man, they got a really legit character creator. Holy crap. This game is dope. I'm gonna install this today. Oh, this looks so good. Stop what you're doing. Turn off the show and go look at Kenshi right now. Okay, I'm happy you're back. Doesn't it look awesome?
Did you actually just do that?
Yes, I did.
Get out of here.
No,
I quit. We're not doing this anymore. You have to find someone else.
Nah, you're it. You're my last friend. Nobody can handle this.
No, I'm on glue.
What?
I'm on glue. I can't be it.
You're on glue? What the fuck does that mean?
You never heard that?
No.
When you're playing tag as a kid and like glue is the safe spot.
Oh.
Have you seriously never heard that?
No.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Ask Brittany about it later. She'll know what I'm talking about.
All right. Water. This is the best thing to add to dead air.
You know, speaking of Paradox and early access.
Yeah.
I'm really fucking tired of games being broken on release and then just fixed later.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't fucking matter. It's like, can we all collectively get our shit together, game developers, and just make a fucking game properly?
Come on, game developers.
Come on, game developers, get it together.
Literally, please get it together. You're killing us.
Actually, get it together, because it's really fucking annoying to like pay full price for a game, which I rarely do nowadays anyway. So I don't know what I'm complaining about.
I don't get anything unless it's on sale.
It's really annoying to like pay any amount of money for a game and just have it be broken in some inconspicuous way. Like, come on. You're making a product. It needs to work properly, please.
You'd think that, the mechanisms of capitalism would deter this, but they don't.
People are stupid.
Go right into it. Because you're right, people are dumb. And you think it's like, okay, people, the customer votes with his wallet. But yeah, they do. And the customer's a fucking idiot when it comes to buying video games.
Especially when it's a franchise they like. Fucking, let me just be a goddamn autist and talk about Pokemon again for the upteenth time.
Do it.
These games have been shit since 2013 at least.
Fair enough.
Like, there's not been a good game until the sequels of the 5th gen games, which came out in 2011 or 12, I think. People still fucking buy these games, me included, because we're all a bunch of fucking idiots. They're trash. People still buy them. Stop. I've quit buying them. Don't do this. Don't buy these broken games. You're encouraging bad behavior. Look at BioWare.
Oh, God.
They spent 7 years making Anthem, and look how it fucking turned out. They shouldn't exist anymore. Everybody should be fucking fired. They can't do their jobs.
I haven't even heard of anything about Anthem since, like, the day it came out. That's pretty hilarious.
Newsflash, still trash.
I'm not surprised.
They've pretty much given up on it.
Really?
As far as I know.
I'm not, that happens a lot. That happened a lot with the early access when it first came out. It's like a studio or a small studio would like make something and then make it to a point and just go like, yeah, we're done with that. We got all the money out of it, so it's released. Fuck you.
Well, the thing is, no one's playing it, and it's a live service game, so they're paying for like these updates and servers and shit, and it's just like they're not making any money off of it. Yeah. Like, I don't blame EA for just like releasing the damn thing, because at some point you've got to like try to squeeze some blood from the stone that you've sunk almost a decade into.
Yeah.
So as much as people don't like EA, and as much as EA is like legitimately pretty greedy and shitty, I don't blame them in this situation, because you gotta do something.
Right, they spent a lot of money making that hunk of shit.
Yeah, like BioWare is at fault here, in my opinion. Yeah. Because EA even gave them an extension, and EA is also responsible for the only thing anybody likes about that game, is the flying.
Oh, really?
Because like they showed it to an EA executive, and he was like, yeah, this kind of sucks, but the flying is really good. And they're like, okay, well, we'll put a lot of resources into the flying. And that's the only part that's cool.
That's funny.
I don't know, man. The industry is kind of sick right now with shit like that.
It needs like a reformation. We need Martin Luther of video games to, crawl out of his basement and tack the 10 tenets of video games on a door somewhere. And then we can go kill the Swedish.
I don't even know how you'd fix it.
30 years.
I don't even know how you'd fix it, because like I was gonna say like consoles are doing it right, because you don't have early access on consoles, but early access can be important for some developers.
Yeah.
It's just some people misuse it, and I don't think there's really a way to keep the benefits of it and get rid of the negatives.
There really isn't. You just don't buy early access games that you don't know anything about. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you really ever get rid of like how stupid a lot of people can be. People are just stupid sometimes, and you just kind of got to deal with it.
I mean, that's not to get really fucking ridiculous, but that's like human nature, is to be dumb in a group.
Well, yeah, because shit gets passed around, and you don't know what the origin of it is. And
yeah.
At the end of it all, you just sitting there with like not a lot of information and a lot of impulses, and you just do what the fuck you want.
Especially when you have like video game media coming out and telling you like how dope something is, and you figure you could trust them because like, well, these are the guys that are gonna know.
Yeah.
And they don't, because they're fucking idiots and they're liars, and they don't really give a shit about I don't know, video games. Yeah, they don't really care. I mean, to harp on topics that haven't been talked about in 7 years.
Hashtag Gamergate.
Yeah, it's coming back, y'all.
Gamergate ruined my life.
Gamergate ruined the
internet.
world. The world.
The whole world.
It did.
Have you heard about the tragedy of Gamergate? It's not a story Polygon would tell you.
Where can I learn this power?
Reddit.com/r/Kotaku in action.
Oh. Oh yeah, I have it right here on my phone. But that's living in American capitalism right now. Is the media is going to lie to you about everything because they are getting money to do it.
Well, yeah, it's profitable. I'd fucking lie to you too if I was getting paid for it.
I absolutely.
I can't.
But
really
I'm not
blame
getting paid for it, so I can't really do anything.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I won't lie. I have no reason to.
Buy gold and
Build a bunker.
Yeah. Buy
Shoot
Alex
your neighbors.
Jones supplements.
They make you immune to bullets so you can survive Sandy Hook. The tragedy that never happened.
Yeah. Goddamn Chatcoms. Break the conditioning! It's everywhere. It's the same problem everywhere. If you watch CNN or you read fucking Destructoid or Polygon or any of that shit,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
Well, that's why like YouTubers and streamers are becoming more popular, because people realize that news organizations aren't really trustworthy.
No.
Because they're made up of too many people. There's not a unified voice. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, and they can just lie to you easily.
Right.
Streamers and YouTubers are held more accountable because it's just one guy. So if they're inconsistent, you can be like, "Hey, you've been inconsistent here. You're obviously lying about something." So they're, they can be held to weight to like actual standards that news organizations can't.
That's why I found myself re-looking at like the Angry Joe show.
Really?
Yeah.
That is not the example I would have gone with there.
Well, he said something about something that was fucking smart.
I'll bet
he did. Like, huh, look at that. Look at you, you're smart. And then he said something else stupid.
Fucking perturbed Pablo over there.
Yeah. Fucking irritated Mendez.
He's so irritated.
He's the most irritated man. It's really like blackpilling, the whole thing.
I don't know what that means.
Black pill. How do you explain black? Like
a nihilistic outlook.
Yeah, just like this is shit. Or the world is shit.
Okay.
You got your black pill. It's just like everything sucks. You got your white pills. Everything makes me feel happy. Then you got the red pill, which makes you want to punch women.
Rally around the family with a pocket full of red pills.
It's all in the same thing.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could talk good. I can't talk words good. You'd think I would do something that didn't involve talking words.
I think you're gonna be okay, Jim.
We'll see. I almost drank this whole water.
Yeah, it's been about an hour.
Let's see. Do you have a recommendation?
Persona 5 I've been playing recently.
Oh, yeah.
And while I've not gotten very far, I do recommend it.
Oh.
I mean, everybody knows what Persona 5 is by this point. It's like it's JRPG. It's got Pokemon-esque mechanics. People are going to really, if anybody listens to this and they're a Persona fan, they're going to get really mad at me for saying that. But nobody knows what the fuck Shin Megami Tensei is, okay?
I do, just because it has a big, long name.
Pokemon is the biggest, media franchise in the world. By comparison, nobody knows what the fuck Shin Megami Tensei is. I know what came first. I know that's where the mechanics come from. Fuck you. It's got Pokemon-esque mechanics. It's a JRPG. You go through dungeons and shit. It actually has stealth mechanics, too, in this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You go through a dungeon, you gotta, get behind the enemies and ambush them, or the security goes up, and if the security goes too high, you get kicked right the fuck out, and you gotta do it over again.
Huh.
A little bit of risk-reward. You knock down enemies, you fucking put your gun against their head, tell them you're gonna kill them unless they join you, and then they join you.
That sounds pretty badass.
It's pretty dope. It's a good game. People should play it if they have not yet tried a Persona game. and they want to get into them.
I haven't played a Persona game, Shane. What should I do?
Play Persona 5. It's on everything, and it's like pretty cheap now because it's a PlayStation Select, or whatever the fuck they call those. So it's the highest price it could possibly be on PlayStation is $20.
Interesting.
I got it for like $13.
Wow.
Because it was on sale and also a PlayStation Select.
Neato. That actually sounds pretty fucking cool.
Get that shit for cheap. Try it out if you like JRPGs with Pokemon mechanics. And it's also really fucking stylish. Because the whole theme of the game is that you're like a phantom thief. Like you go into people's hearts and steal their distorted desires of the fuck. It's a bunch of Japanese bullshit.
Right.
But it's really fucking stylish. If you just look up screenshots of it, you'll see exactly what I mean. It's a great game.
Is it on the computer?
I think it is on PC, yeah.
No. It's not on Steam there, anyway.
Oh, that's right. It's on PS3 and PS4, and there's a Switch port coming, I think.
Oh.
It's not on PC. But it is on PS3 and PS4.
That makes sense.
There's also like an enhanced version of it coming at some point. I don't know. They're really slow with bringing shit to
I thought that game came out like 2 years ago.
It did, but there's always an enhanced version of Persona.
Oh.
Like Persona 4 Gold came on the Vita like years after Persona 4 released.
Huh.
And Persona 5 Royal is what it's called, is coming out in Japan like in a year, I think. So it'll probably be a lot longer than that for America. And it's also going to be $60 again. So if you're interested in it, you might as well just buy it now for cheap. And see if you like it.
That's good to know.
Do you have a recommendation, Jim?
I do. I have a neat one, and it goes with the theme of what we were talking about earlier with Roman shit.
Okay.
It is a game called Domina on Steam.
Sounds kinky.
Where you can run your own gladiator school. And still watch guys go kill each other. It's fucking sweet. It's not like, well, you play as a woman, first of all. Hence the name.
Cool.
And you own all these fighters, and you have to manage them and stuff.
Interested. I'm already super down with that.
It's pretty cool, and it's like old pixel style graphics. Pretty cool game.
How old is this game?
2017.
That's it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Me and Nick
is this like a management game or like a tycoon game? What kind of?
It is a management type style. It's pretty fun.
Well, what could you compare it to?
I would compare it to another game that came out called Well, no, I wouldn't compare it to that either. It's kind of. Yeah, it's that. It's that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll describe that. It's like you got a bunch of fighters, you make them strong, and you say, okay, sweet, go fight, and then they go fight, and then if they live, you make them better. You can buy shit for them. You can put them in like a chariot race. It's pretty cool.
Okay, it's like Honeycam Studio for gladiators.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like Honeycam Studio, but with gladiatorial battles and chariot races. Yeah. I can't. It's been a while since I played it, so I can't remember if you directly control your fighter or it's just like here you go. But I'm actually reinstalling it because it takes about 2 minutes to install, and it's super cheap right now. It's $10. That's its normal price. But anyway, it's $10.
Will it run on potato?
Oh, yeah, it'll run on potato. If this didn't run on potato, I'd be really surprised.
I guess we'll see.
I'll send you a link. It's cool. That's my recommendation. It's a gladiatorial management game called Domina on Steam from 2017. Very positive reviews.
I actually had something else I want to talk about, but I don't remember what it is.
Was it Honeycam Studio?
It was some indie game that's coming out, and I think you'd be interested in it, but I can't remember what the fuck it is.
Oh no.
Blasphemous, that's what it's called. Let me tell you my Google search that led me to figuring out what this is called. I put in Dark Souls-esque gothic 2D side-scroller.
Oh no, wow.
It's the first fucking result.
This looks awesome.
Yeah, dude, doesn't it?
Oh, how much is this? I don't know. Add it to my wish list.
It's
Hello.
been kickstarted.
Oh, this looks really cool.
They had a $50,000 goal. They got 330,000. It
Oh.
looks super dope. It's like it's exactly what I described. It's got a Dark Soulsy kind of atmosphere. It's
Yeah.
really, like gothic horror, really gory. It's
Oh,
a 2D side
dude.
scroller. It kind of looks
There's
like
literally
you know
a
what Dead
Bloodborne
Cells
homage
is?
right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
If you know what Dead Souls is, it kind of looks a bit like that, or something like
Yeah.
Symphony of the Night, or something like that. Like, you know, side-scrolling action gameplay. It looks really cool.
I like the
People should look
pointy
into
helmet
that
head.
if that sounds good to them.
If you like Dark Souls and you like Symphony of the Night or Castlevania 4,
Gothic
this
horror
looks
in
pretty
general.
dope. You like old graphics? You like
You literally kill a boss in the trailer and fill your helmet with its blood and put it on your head.
That's what this picture is. He's got it's like oh, it's really thirsty. I was getting kind of hot. So I dumped all this blood on my fucking head.
Well, the human body is 98.6 degrees. It's 99.8 degrees outside. I guess this will technically cool me down.
Oh shit, that dude is attacking another guy with a wheel. I wonder what their inspiration was.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Dark Souls influence there.
I mean, I'm surprised there isn't more, just in general. Because
It's weird how like some people stumble upon a Dark Souls-esque kind of world without even being a fan of Dark Souls. Because it's a game called Hollow Knight, which is a 2D Metroidvania where you play as like a little bug in a world, and it's like the way the game is set up is super similar to Dark Souls, and even aesthetically, it's kind of like Dark Souls. But then in an interview with the developers on this other podcast called the Roundtable Podcast, it doesn't exist anymore. They were like, "Hey, there's a lot of Dark Souls influence in your game, right?" And they were like, "Nah, I never played it." And it was just like, what?
well, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, we were inspired by Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link.
Ugh. Oh God.
And that's when I knew those developers were like men after my own heart, because I actually really like Zelda 2.
You do?
Yep,
Like legitimately like Zelda 2?
I do like Zelda 2.
I really don't like it.
It's flawed. It's flawed, I'll tell you that. But there's a lot of gameplay conventions in Zelda 2 that, like, it did first.
I just don't like it.
It's like one of the first action RPGs to ever exist.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty wild the things that they thought of back in the day. Not really thinking it was going to be like a big deal.
It's weird how sequels used to happen back in the day, too.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just make the same thing again.
Right, that'd be stupid. People would call us jerks.
We got a top-down adventure game. Let's make it a side-scrolling action RPG.
Yeah, perfect.
Fuck it.
Ah, man, I want this game so bad.
Blasphemous?
Yeah.
When does it come out? Because I don't remember. I just looked at it. Isn't there like
2019.
Okay, so probably like in the winter or the fall, something like that.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give that a shot when it comes out.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, that's so good.
I can't believe it took me this long to remember to tell you about that.
I'm happy you at least remembered to tell me about it, because I never would have found it.
Yes.
I don't spend that much time on my computer anymore, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't really like to anymore.
Yeah. That was my main gaming thing for most of my life, was my computer. PC race. PC
Race.
PC Race Master Chief.
A console that, or a console, a platform that Master Chief forsook for a number of years.
Yeah. I don't know. I say we should wrap it up. It's been a lot of minutes. My face hurts.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
If anybody's listening to this on Spreaker, I don't know why you would be, but if anybody found us on Spreaker and somehow listened to our shit, we're uploading this on YouTube now also, so go there instead because it's better.
Yeah, it's gonna be there from now on.
And share it with your friends.
Started.
And buy my merch and subscribe and tell your mom about it because I forgot to. Last time I was in her fucking bedroom. Hey.
Last time I was tongue deep in a fucking asshole.
I don't know what to say.
Nothing. I will say though, Spreaker has a really nice desktop app. It made some shit really easy, but other than that, it's garbage. I don't want to pay them, so I'm not doing
Nobody
that
knows
anymore.
what that is except for that one guy that watched that one episode of this.
Yeah, I don't. He only watched one, and he's just like, I've had enough.
I don't like these guys.
They're not my favorite.
But yeah, if you find us over there and you want to watch it in a place that is not extremely obscure,
Yeah.
watch on YouTube instead. Eventually, it'll be on other stuff, but
What? Yeah,
this
it'll
is a
be
hobby,
on other stuff
and we don't want to
eventually.
spend money on it.
No, why would I spend money on that? It's stupid. But right, it's gonna be everywhere eventually. But right now, it's okay. This is gonna be the last Spreaker one, and it's also gonna be on YouTube along with the other ones, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Say goodbye now.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye now.